Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. We're back again with another brand new video. This is Kumar Shubham and today we're going to be discussing the majority element problem. In this problem, we are given an array of integers and a majority element is defined as the element which is present more than n by 2 times. So in this video, we're going to be coding that and implementing the solution to find the majority element without using any extra space and doing it in linear time. And this particular algorithm is also called as Boyer-Moore's majority voting algorithm or Boyer-Moore's voting algorithm. And I also have a question for you guys at the end of the video, so make sure you watch the video completely. And now without wasting any further time, let's dive right into it. So let's say we have an array, given array which has a majority element present. So we have something like let's say 3, 2, how many elements? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we'll have to give 3 again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 elements, and 3 is present 4 times, which is more than n by 2 times, right? And we have to find out the majority element. So clearly, I mean, since we have made this array, we know the majority element is 3. But how would we go about solving this problem just for the sake of, discussing an easier solution which comes in our mind quickly? One solution is to obviously keep a map of count of all these numbers. Easy, right? Simple. So if you encounter 3, you just store 1, you encounter 2, you store 1, you encounter 1, you store 1. So this is number and this is count of the number, right? So 3, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, you encounter 3 again and you make the count as 3, make the count as 2. Then you encounter 4, set its count as 1. Then you encounter 3 again and set the count as 3. Every time you increment the count, you check if that count of that number is more than n by 2. If 3 is not more than 3.5 right now, so we again get 3 and the count becomes 4. 4, which is greater than n by 2, true. So 3 is the majority element. Let's call it m. So in this case, 3 is a majority element. The problem with the solution is it's linear in time, no problem. It's in space also, it's linear. Worst case, it will scan through all the elements. In this case also, it went through all the elements, right? I mean, most of the times if interviewer is interested in asking this problem, he'll definitely want you to ask, okay, solve this problem in big of one space for me, right? And then comes the original trick of this problem. So let's discuss that. Alright, so let's first discuss how Boyer-Moore's algorithm works and let's then try to understand why it works, right? Let's first check out the algorithm. The algorithm relies on two things, right? You have one which is your m, which is your majority element, which we have to find. And other thing which algorithm relies is the count, right? And the algorithm says for I in numbers, let's say we have a list of integer called as numbers, we'll call it nums. If count is 0 right now, count is equal to 0, right? If CNT is 0, then we basically make the majority element is the current number and make the count as 1. Okay. Otherwise, else we basically check if the current element is same as the majority element. So if otherwise the count is not 0, then we go I equal to m. If this is true, so I'm just using a ternary operator to show you guys. So if I equal to m, the current element is same as the majority element, increment the count by 1. Otherwise, decrement the count by 1. That's all. Then return m, whatever is stored in m. Right. The first time when I checked this algorithm, it looked fishy. I mean, it appeared fishy. Did not look correct. Like my intuition was not helping me understand why. I mean, I was not getting the intuition of how this is correct. Let's move the camera so that it's easier to take a look. Yeah. So I was not able to understand why this works. So if you can, this is a question for you also, you guys also. So you can pause the video and understand why this works. If you want to just enjoy the show, let's continue. So if I show you some patterns, so let's say if we have an array with n equal to 3 elements and we are guaranteed that the majority element will always be present, let's say, then how will the numbers be there? So we'll have something like 1, 1, 2. Other permutation would be 1, 2, 1. Another would be 2, 1, 1. By this algorithm, and you know what, always notice how these elements are distributed, and then we'll see how this algorithm was derived out of it. It's just an observation which these guys did. They have an algorithm named on them. So we have, so initially m, we don't know, count is also 0 initially, right? So if count equal to 0, then we make majority element as 1. So in iteration 1, so I'm going to call it it1, we have majority element as 1 and count equal to also 1. Let's say in this next iteration we go here, right? And here we have 1, so it2 we have m is equal, so count is not 0, current element is same as the majority element, the count plus plus, m is already 1 and count becomes 2, right? And then third iteration, it3, let me move this camera already so that you won't have problems. Yeah, it3, right? And then we can have basically m, so I count is not 0, we go into this condition, and this condition, in this condition we have I not equal to m, so we reduce count by 1, so count becomes 1 in this case, right? And the loop is finished, return m, so 1 is stored in m, right? Return m, which is equal to 1, so we get the majority element. And by the virtue of nature of how these more than n by 2 times present element distribute themselves in the list is why this algorithm works, and it was just a cool observation by these guys, and they have an algorithm named in front of them. So let's code this algorithm out and try to run on LeetCode and see if all the test cases pass. Okay, so this is the sample template code we get on LeetCode, and let's implement this problem to solve on LeetCode. So now we have a majority element method which takes the numbers, which is list of integers, and returns the integers. So let's say, so we'll have our answer stored as none initially, and we'll have our count also as 0 initially, and then we'll just loop through the numbers. So for number in nums, if count is equal to 0, then we assign answer as number and we make count as 1. Otherwise, if current number equals the answer, then we make count equal to 1, we increment the count. Otherwise, we decrement the count, and we should simply return answer, and that should work. Okay, let's just take this to LeetCode and try it. Okay, run code, get accepted, and let's submit it out, and it works faster than 50%, but whatever, I don't know why the runtime is so slow, but it works. So anyway, great. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed that solution, and I hope you understood Boyer-Moore's algorithm as well, as it's nothing more than just a great observation. And now coming back to the question part, which I promised that I'll ask you in the beginning of this video. So I've been doing a lot of streams lately, not a lot of streams, like I've done like 4 or 5 streams only, and you know, on some days when I've done a lot of work and everything, it's just cool to unwind and talk to you guys, and let's play some chess and talk about programming or anything. But I would like your suggestions if you guys think that having a separate channel or playing chess or anything on this channel is not good. If you want that this channel should only have content related to programming and things like that. So I would really like opinion from you guys, and make sure to post them down in the comment section. And as usual, I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, take care. Bye bye.